friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Molly. I'm the founder, owner, operator, everything for Lacquer 22, a small nail polish company. But today we're going to be talking makeup. I am going to be ranking all of my Unearthly Cosmetics palettes. I really love Unearthly Cosmetics. I think they have a really fun kind of brand identity vibe. I think they do some really weird things that are really cool. And I really love pretty much every palette that I have. We'll talk about why with some of the lower ones. And I think even with their different formulations that they've had over the years, the positives outweigh the negatives. I think for the most part, every formula has still been good. It's just that some are better than others. So before we get started, I do have two in my collection right now. I have Don't Be Jelly that I've only used once, and I did really like it, but because I've only used it once, I don't feel like I can incorporate it quite yet. And then the second one is called Dead of Night. This is another one. I don't even know, I think I've only used this once too, but again, I don't have a proper feeling towards the palette yet, so I don't want to include it. So I'm only going to use the palettes that I am confident on with my ranking. So let's go ahead and get started. In last place, we have the Not Normal palette. Now, looking at this online looks much more saturated than what it actually turns out to be. This shade is just like a dark brown. There's no red in it like what appears online with swatches. I will say I really like this sage green. The shimmers are fine, but nothing special. I feel like this super bright green doesn't quite have a space in the palette. Like, I don't feel like it really makes sense. I don't know, I just don't love this palette. I will say I love every shade that I can get like this. This one's called Smoke, but essentially it's just a deep smoky brown, so it kind of has that grunginess to it. It's not a black, not like a brown that you're used to. It's a really fun deepening up shade. There's a couple shades in here that I like, but overall as a palette it's just not my jam. Next we have the Hauntingly Glamourous palette. This was in collaboration with Sydney Nicole. I love this color story so much. I really feel like this color story just really makes sense. I love that we have the rows of purple, the bluish green row, and the reds up top. I really enjoy that. I will say, like, this dark blue, chalky, not too great. This like deep teal is okay. It could be better, I feel. And then both of the reds are a little patchy, not the best. And then both of those shimmers are, I don't even know how to say it, I guess like too chunky. I really like that they're topper shimmers, but they are, I don't know, they kind of take over instead of letting whatever is underneath shine. And I don't love that. Overall, I love the color story. I think the quality for the most part is good, but then there's those duds that really take over. Next we have Fairy Frolic. Now this palette, I love the like earthy tones in here. I think it's so pretty. Very romantic vibe. My main issue is that the shimmers aren't anything special for me, and I feel like this teal has some trouble blending in a little bit. I don't feel like this was the right shade to put in here. I feel like a more traditional, maybe like olive green would have been a smarter move, because this shade and this shade don't get along very well, and then this shade and this shade also don't get along super well. So I feel like it's kind of a one or the other type of situation when you make your look, and I just don't love that I'm limited to that. Quality is fine, totally fine, but nothing outstanding to me. Next up is the first of the newer palettes. This is Sorcerous Smoke. I feel like this is so beautiful. I really enjoy all the shimmers in here, all the shimmer formulas. This came out the same time as Fall Magic did, and if you remember my video on that, I wasn't a huge fan of those shimmers. I feel like these are great. These work perfect. My issue here is that the only option to deepen anything up with is soot over here and intention. So that's really the only options, and I don't like that. I really wish there was something else to kind of alter the looks that you can get out of this one palette. I don't know, both of those greens are kind of similar there. I like the idea. I like that we have a green, a pink, an orange with our neutrals. I just feel like it could have been paired a little bit differently, and it would have been more successful for my own personal taste in makeup. Next we have another collab palette. This is the Resurgence palette with Heather Austin. Now, this palette I think is super, super unique. I really, really like all the brights that we have. I like all the duochromes that we have. I just don't really enjoy that we have all these bright shades, and then our only deepening matte is this black with glitter in there. I just don't love it. I feel like it would have been more beneficial to have another deepening up shade, maybe even anything in the mid-tone range. I just feel like these four are so bright that they're kind of hard to pair anything with. Duochrome's beautiful. I don't get a whole lot of use out of this shade right here because it's more of a satin. It's still really pretty though. I think overall did a really good job curating it. It's just not my ideal color story. Now we have the Get Groovy palette. This came in the large summer box from last year. This is a rainbow palette. I think the look of this is really nice. I've enjoyed every shimmer that I've used. However, some of the mattes are pressed pigments instead of mattes, and they don't blend super well. So I don't enjoy working with all of the mattes in this palette. I'm also just not a rainbow palette person. I prefer things to be a little more curated with more than one option in each color family, and this is just a little limiting. I will say I did one look a while back where I mixed I think it was the purple with the blue or the red with blue, one of them, and I got this beautiful like deep blueberry kind of color that I just loved. But that's, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of limited on what you can do there to get some depth. So that's just not my fave situation. Now we have the Weirdos. First, I love this cover so much. The hollow outline is so pretty to me. I really enjoy this color story. We have like a purple situation up top, green on the bottom. We've got some fun shimmers there too. I enjoy this a lot. It's just not my favorite outcome, I guess, because some of the colors, when you, even if you stick to the same color family, I feel like I've had some trouble with muddying of the colors, and it's just, the look isn't clear with the intention of what it's supposed to be, and I just feel like it doesn't look great with the end result. So that is upsetting to me because I love this color story so much in the pan. It just doesn't translate that well on the eyes. This next one that we have is called Strawberry Shake. This is a new one to my collection. I got this around Christmas. I really love the theming of this palette. I think this is such a fun and cute little summertime palette. I really enjoyed that we have 3 different pinks, 2 different greens. We have this like white-ish color, and I appreciate that. The top shimmer up here is also a purple, so I think that's really cool. And then this bright red shimmer is different as well. I think this is fun. It's curated well. It's very clear of like what the theming is, and I like that. I just think that they did really good with this palette. Next we have the one that everybody's been waiting for. This is the Fall Magic palette. This is coming in kind of in the middle of the rankings. And let me explain myself. The shimmers down here, yes, they are much thinner than what I'm used to from Unearthly, but they're still really pretty, and they still have such a beautiful shine and sparkle to them. I can't be too mad about it. It's just a different learning curve, I guess. And then the mattes, I still really like them. I like that we can kind of pair up. You know, we have the green and green, we have the orange and the gray out here, we have the pink and the purple. I think those are really easy looks to come up with. Of course, you can mix it up a little bit more if you want to be more creative. And I don't really have a problem with any of the other formulations for the mattes. The green didn't blend out fantastically for me. I did blend it out too much, and that was part of the problem. And I still do stand by what I said with this shade over here called Branch just not being dark enough to have the effect that I want it to have on me, which might just be a personal problem, you know, but I still think the palette overall is good. I would wait for it to be on sale though. We'll leave it at that. The rest of the palettes that I have are all really, really good to me. I don't really have a complaint with any of the remaining ones. Unfortunately, you can't get all of them anymore, but if you find them on a third-party site for a decent price, don't be afraid, because again, good quality, fun colors. I don't really feel like you can go wrong. So we have the Devour palette first. This was in their Halloween box last year. I think these shades are so rich and beautiful. I think the shimmers are so, so pretty. I love having these topper shades right there. I feel like they did a really, really good job of kind of capturing the Venus flytrap. I just really enjoy this palette. It is very dark, so if you want something to kind of lighten it up a little bit, you'll need a companion palette. But just standing by itself is really, really good. The next grouping, we can call it, these are the quads from Halloween, not last year, but the year before, I think. And these are so fun and monochromatic and easy to use, and I love them. I really wish Unearthly would do some more quads and smaller palettes and things. So this one is Thirst. This is the red character. We have an orange, a red, black, and then like an orangey shimmer. And then we have Creepy Crawly, which is the green one. We have like an acid green, kind of an emerald, and then a lime, and this really, really pretty shimmer. It's kind of different. It's like a silvery green, if that makes sense. Unique and fun. I like it a lot. And then Chilling, this is the purple palette. So we have kind of an indigo, a purple, and a periwinkle, and then that's like a pinkish, purple-ish shimmer. I think all of these have really, really great quality to them. I love the curation. There are a couple things that I would tweak here and there, but I still like them a lot as a whole. And I think the little characters on the front are just so cute. We are down to the top 3. So for third place, we have the Lore palette. I really appreciate this. I think this is different and fun. I like that we have a black. I love the 2 oranges. I love orange anything. The maroon is also very like comforting to me. It's one of my comfort colors. I think having the variation of the shimmers and having like a bronze and a blue and a green and then a pink, and the variations just make it really fun. And I kind of feel like the shimmers are a way to switch it up. I feel like having the 2 orange mattes limit you a little bit, but overall I'm okay with that because I like the shimmers. And some of the shimmers are duochromes as well, so that's just an added little bonus. Second place is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is the Leather and Lace palette. I stuck with these 2 shades right here. I did Aubergine and Venetian. And then the shimmer that I have is from the Noctilucent palette from Blend Bunny. I just wanted something easy and quick and didn't have to think about it too much. I really love this palette. This is a really good go-to palette, especially if you are a neutral or a color lover. Like, I feel like this kind of works for everybody. We have a black there, 3 shimmers, super easy. We also have light, medium, dark, so it's just easily laid out, easy to use. I just think they did a really, really good job with this palette, and I feel like this could make a lot of sense in many people's collection. Okay, number 1, we have the Spaced Out palette. This was from the small summer box from last year, and I feel like I don't shut up about this. I love this so much. If they don't want to do quads, cool. Make more 8 pans. I really love this. I think this was so, so well done. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Top row is a beautiful look. Bottom row is a beautiful look. Use the teal and the blue for mattes, and then the peach and the brownish, grayish color as a duo. Love it so much. The shimmers are so pretty. They have such a pretty like duochrome effect for at least 2 of them. I think 3. But they just did such a good job on this palette. I feel like it's such a unique color story that you won't get anywhere else. They killed it. Truly, truly, truly. I love that. Well, there we have it. That is my ranking for Unearthly Cosmetics palettes. I feel like this brand is just so fun and unique, and they keep doing some really, really cool things. Their glosses are really good. Their satin liquid lipsticks are really good. I have yet to try the Glimmer Grass that I bought because I'm still waiting to run out of my next one. But I'd like to buy some lip liners, some eyeliners, some blushes, some brushes. I feel like they've done such a good job with everything I've tried so far, and I would love to expand my Unearthly collection. That is all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.